And then the talent agent says, I kind of like the act, but what do you guys call yourselves? And the father pulls out the half-eaten tapeworm and spits it on the ground and says, the aristocrats.
Oh my God, what have we been talking about for the past 30 minutes?
Nobody has a sense of humor anymore, maybe.
That's true.
That's the sad fact of it all. I'm looking at our group of people here, and looks like we got a newbie. We got XXX King of Sorrow, the Oscar the Grouch porn star. And let's see, we got Phantom of the Night. Welcome back, Kahuna Drake. Happy birthday, I guess. I think I read that on our Patreon on the Patreon thing. And then we've got Jacob. You said you weren't going to be here. What the hell?
Talk about broken promises.
I know. Jeez. But I was looking at XXX King of Sorrow's YouTube video like list, and saw the latest video. Well, one of the latest videos from Monday and Mad about how DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball 3 is not going to the US and UK because of fear of, oh my God, they're gonna show boobies. That offends me. Help.
Yeah, I've read about this, and it's kind of sad that it has come to this, that the publishers, I forget who is the publisher who, distributes all
Team Ninja, I think, isn't it?
I think they're the developers, but regardless, whoever it is that distributes the DOA stuff in the US, they, from what I've read, they had pretty much gotten a record saying that, yeah, we're not so sure about publishing this game in North America because of the potential backlash from the progressive. So they are pretty much admitting that the SJWs are a problem and they are a hurdle to creative freedom.
It's like how everyone skirts around, even atheists skirt around like Muslims because you don't want to get them mad because they'll kill you. You become so tolerant of intolerance. That's the beautiful thing.
Well, see, the thing is,
beautiful being sarcastic, but obviously
it's okay to commit heinous acts of violence as long as you're located very high in the progressive stack, as they say, in the Oppression Olympics chart. So,
Oppression Olympics.
And of course, here's a fun little.
I'm just picturing Mount Your Friend or whatever the banana sling game is.
I was going to briefly say that once we started talking about Muslims and whatnot, we lost a viewer, but we seem to have regained them back.
You got back.
Okay, false alarm. I was like, okay, come on, people. You know our YouTube channel. What did you expect? Yeah, but as I was telling you before we went live, there was a game a couple of years ago on the Wii that did not incur any kind of wrath, despite the fact that it was basically like a male version of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. It was a game called Muscle March, I think.
Oh God.
Yeah, the game looks...
You're gonna need to post this up in the YouTube version so people can see this thing.
If I can, I'm not sure if Google, because last time I tried to post a link, right. Yeah, they don't actually allow. I'm gonna double check because the chat looks different this time around, so maybe they have done something right. Then again, this is Google that we're talking about, so.
Well, just post it up in the Google Hangouts thing, and we can.
Success! I can finally post links in the chat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it only took Google 2 years to realize this fact.
I just love how diverse this picture is. Oh my God. I mean, I guess maybe this one's not getting as much scrutiny because I guess if you go right to left on the 7 or so characters on the bottom, you pretty much cover every single base. I mean, on the right, you got the transgender, and then you got the furries, then you got the hipsters, and I guess you got, I guess that's supposed to be, I don't know, Spanish and white top hat. I don't know. You got the blacks, you got the whites, and you got the Special Olympic people.
And if you look closer to the background, you can also see what looks like a crane, a sumo wrestler, and I'm not so sure, but I think JFK, like one of the guys in the suits.
Oh God!
So they're being
pre-Dallas.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're so diverse that they're also including dead people.
Oh wow!
Uh-huh.
Yay! We can all like hold hands and dance or do that whole "We Are the World" thing.
Yeah, basically sit around a bonfire singing "Kumbaya." Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, here's a funny little Easter egg. I don't know what you call it, but the background looks exactly like the background to our Drill Sergeant Anita's kit.
No, you're welcome.
The SJW yeah. I think they were trying to rip us off.
Huh? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, because a sunburst is such a CCS exclusive thing. Never mind. There's about 12 of them that we stole from Google.
Stop revealing corporate secrets.
Yeah. Speaking of corporate secrets, how'd everyone in the $15 tier of the Patreon donation, I don't know exactly what the legalese term is, thing, enjoy the first 2 minutes of the nearly completed wasted efforts? Nearly completed 2 minutes, that is. I'll wait till, get a response.
Yes, now we'll have to wait 5 minutes.
Yes, we'll have to wait 5 minutes to get a response. Mm-hmm. We should sit here and just do dead air. King of Sorrow has a great comment. He said, man, it was about the level of bare mediocrity I expect from you flaming cunts. Love it.
Well, that's probably the best compliment we've received in months.
So true.
Yes, Andrew. Hi.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Doing good. You?
Doing pretty good.
Thank you for putting $1 in the basket. To the Church of the Laughing Man.
Laughing Man, I do have to say, it's been forever since I've heard someone talk about Fear Factory, so that one kind of put me back.
That's just my age.
Well, I was sitting there, I was like, when was the last I heard anyone? Oh, high school, 1999. Yep, that was old.
It. The Mortal Kombat movie soundtrack with Zero Signal, still their best track.
So, yeah, that was one of those, yep, I'm old moments.
Although, I think it was it wasn't the Mechanize album. There's one before that was actually really not half bad. But it was so good, I can't remember the title of it. We're seeing I probably have it on my desk right now. Nope. So, what can we do for you? What do you got to tell us about, or talk to us about, or tell us off? What the hell?
No, it's just, this is one of the first ones I've been able to make it to. Y'all usually do stuff on like Saturdays, and I'm out, so.
Well, I have to start doing Sunday then, because we seem to get a better turnout.
Yeah,
more people in church.
You could call it the church live stream.
Yeah. Cinemax and Laughing Sunday School. Yeah, we're not ripping off Penn Jillette one bit.
The Church of Cynicism, COC. Almost sounds like cock. Another potential title for this month's live stream.
Just gotta do the Church of Cynicism and Xenophobia, and you got cocks.
That's actually a good title. Let me jot that down.
What do you got, Andrew? Andrew 2?
Nothing much. Have either of you gotten the chance to play Fallout 4?
I've seen it. Have not played it. I've only played, I think, parts of 3, and one of my college roommates used to have played the first 2 DOSy games like all the time. So I know a bit about it, but I'm not really like a fan, I hate to say. Max, do you play video games?
Well, the last video game I played was Tetris, so that's a negative.
Nationalist.
That's not like I wanted to play the game. We were forced to purchase it to support the war effort.
You stay in line for bread and you get Tetris instead.
Well, we had to pass the time somehow, and take our mind off of hunger and poverty. So.
Oh God.
But no, I have not played Fallout 4. I did watch that video I think when you posted on Facebook yesterday, the one with the virtual treadmill. Yeah. I'm surprised it took them this long to figure out that you need a fucking treadmill in order to be fully immersed in like a virtual reality game. Because that was the problem with Kinect. It's like, yeah, you can wave your arms around like a fucking spastic, but if you want to walk, you kind of have to like lunge your body forward or something, like, or walk in place, which is extremely awkward. So
I think it's big sensor pad. And I think the shoes are like either super slick or something, and they track your movement. Because if you look at the guy walking, there's no like ball or anything he's walking on, but he can walk in any direction.
yeah, the surface seems smooth, almost like reflective. So it's either extremely polished or the shoes are a part of the machine. I guess they could use gyroscopes or maybe some primitive form of GPS to track
I
the
think they
movement.
actually do something like that for like the harness that you wear around your body. In case you guys want to know, it's called the Virtuix Omni,
Mhm.
and it's like a $600 treadmill that you strap yourself into with like a third-party pair of like 3D glasses or
I
Oculus.
think wasn't that the Oculus? Because
I
the
think
the,
it was
he-
an
the headset
Oculus.
was not a part of the actual machine.
No. All this is just it just does your movements, so you can walk and crouch.
Hmm.
So
And how,
one of the comments on the video is like, how many of these nerds are actually gonna make it to the end of a town in Fallout 4 if they're so out of shape?
well, never mind that. How many of them are actually going to make to the other side of the room without getting a heart attack? Yeah, I get to play Fallout 4. Collapses.
Actually, that's a very good. You know what? That's going to be the next webcomic. That's a great script for a webcomic.
Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome. Looking at that, well, for some reason I'm flashing back to the Sega Activator, if you remember that piece of crap.
Which one was this again?
It was like a ring you set on the floor, and it was supposed to catch if you moved your hands or
That was for the
feet.
Sega Genesis, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I remember like something about that. You stand in one place and you do like Mortal Kombat moves, and it's supposed to track your movement.
Yeah.
I that was the last I ever heard of it. I saw it in a magazine like once, and that was it. So
The thing looks kind of like an upgraded version of that. The Virtuix Omni.
let's see. There's,
Holy shit, does this one gay. Here's a link, and I'm also going to copy and paste this link in the actual YouTube chat so that people can join us in our mockery of this thing.
there's also a some guy actually made a controller gun that is like $300, and it's like looks like a real life AK-47 or something M6. I don't know. Let me look that up real quick. Video game gun. This is gonna be fun. Wade through all of the video games cause real life gun violence posts.
Yeah. Well, technically, all you really need is like a Wii controller. Remember that thing called the Wii Zapper, I think?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to look like a realistic gun, so.
Yeah. The one I'm looking at is called the Delta 6 visit page. I mean, this is a fucking beast. You can find it on YouTube. It's just called Delta 6 Future of Video Game Controllers, and it comes in a fucking case. It looks like an actual gun with like a couple of buttons and like the stock, but it's crazy. It looks so realistic that, and it also has like the force feedback and stuff that even like Parents Against Violence and some of these other anti-gun violence groups are actually like condemning it.
Of course they are.
And it's like you realize that the kids are still playing these violent gun video games whether or not they have a plastic piece of plastic or not.
Yeah. Well, this. Interesting. What I'm curious about is, okay, so that's how you play shooters, but what if you're playing something like The Witcher or Elder Scrolls?
You can shoot the werewolves.
With a crossbow, perhaps, but what if you want to
know.
change weapons to, say, a sword?
Well,
Do you have to also buy an accessory that looks like a giant Star Wars purple dildo thing, or what?
no, what you do is you do like the PlayStation Move kind of did, and maybe the Kinect, I'm not sure, but the PlayStation Move, you had like two of those magic glowing dildos,
Yeah.
and they have buttons on both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the buttons, you can select which weapon you have in each hand, and it'll track your movements and how you accelerate and decelerate and where the position of the thing is and all that kind of stuff. And what you do is you just use two of those, and you basically switch between like a sword and shield to a crossbow or a bow and arrow or whatever else you want to use with like a click of a button.
Right. See, this has me worried because I can see the potential in something like the Oculus Rift. But all of these accessories, like, I'm afraid we might end up with another Virtual Boy, where it becomes way too cumbersome and way too complex.
Well, the problem with the Virtual Boy was it wasn't virtual reality one bit.
Well, it was
just
a piece of shit. Yeah, but I understand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you can, like, put on an Oculus Rift, you're in the game, you still have the keyboard and the mouse, so that's all you need. You're already immersed. The point is not that you're actually wearing like a full body suit that immerses you in. Well, actually, no, that would be a good endpoint where you're transported inside the Matrix or like a Matrix type environment, and you can do whatever you want. But if
you want us to go from sitting on the couch to standing up and doing interactive stuff to play a video game to going to laying back down on a couch and just having something jacked in the back of your head.
Well, that will be the future of the internet eventually. We're going to end up in Ghost in the Shell world where the net is vast and infinite and whatnot. But because you say that, you know, people are going to be more active, but what I'm worried about is that it's going to end up being the same situation as with all the Wii crap. Like, hey, here's the balance board. We got to do sit-ups and whatnot. Instead, it's just some lazy fuck sitting on a couch, putting one leg on the Wii balance board, and that's it. And the thing cannot tell the difference. Yeah. So that's what I'm worried about. It's like you can either buy a gaming laptop for like $1,000, right? You got the keyboard, you got the mouse, and maybe you buy the Oculus Rift for like what, $400, $500, and you're immersed. Or you can also pay an additional $500 for this virtual treadmill. You can also get yourself the PlayStation Move things or those. The gloves, the Minority Report gloves for the Steam thing they're doing. I think Jacob talked about those before that during last stream, I think. So it's getting way too cumbersome. Most people are not gonna they're not gonna spend so much effort and money on all this different gear when they could probably get themselves an Oculus Rift, and it's like, well, all this thing is happening before my eyes. That's all the immersion I need.
See, now this is where you need to bring back arcades, and you just have like a building that has like, it almost kind of looks like a gym, except that there's like these stations everywhere, right? And you just like plop in like I don't know, either your own computer or like a memory stick or something like that, and then you just play in this location until, you know, you spend like maybe $50 a day or something like that.
Like a virtual Punch-Out type of thing?
Well, it'd be kind of like, you know, you kind of rent the equipment. You go down to a place and you get like a gym membership, you know, and you get to play all these games online. And maybe if they have enough of these machines, they get like a bulk discount or something like that. And you just go down there, you plug in your save game or something like that, and just start playing Fallout 4.
So it's kind of like a gym/internet cafe for virtual reality crap.
Yeah, kind of.
Again, going back to Minority Report, I think there was like a building like that where you could rent like a pod or something, and you could relive whatever fantasy you wanted while being plugged into the Matrix and whatnot. But see, here's the thing.
then there's room behind the bead door where it has like the fleshlight attachment.
Yeah, the XXX room, of course.
Because they're actually making those too.
Jacob, like, there we go. That's, I think,
Plug in your CNP or something like that.
Oh, thank fucking God.
So it's kind of like, thank fucking God indeed, but make sure to mute the YouTube video because we can hear an echo of our conversation.
As much as we don't like listen to ourselves, but
yeah, we're not that big of maniacs.
Anyways, let's put Jacob on pause just for a bit so we can keep on talking to Andrew here.
Well, see, the problem with the the internet virtual reality cafes is, I like the idea. It seems like something that people would get behind just because it's so novel. But in the case of something like a virtual Punch-Out, you need, because this is the problem with motion controls, there's not enough physical feedback, because you can wail your arms in front of the Kinect all you want while playing Punch-Out, but what if you get hit? There needs to be some sort of physical, like, you almost have to wear like a full body suit that applies pressure to various parts of your body, like if you get hit in the chest or the face, whatever. Well, maybe not that area.
So you're pretty much just wearing a full suit rumble pack.
Something like that.
You're wearing a mocap suit, yeah.
Because again, unless we insert like a USB jack in the back of our head, like in the Matrix, where it connects to your nervous system, there we go, and you actually feel the physical feedback. Otherwise, it's going to be awkward. Like, you're wailing your arms, you think you're winning, but meanwhile on the screen you're getting the shit bitten out of you by King Hippo or whatever, Soda Popinski, whatever other characters there are.
And you
Whatever
don't
racist
feel
characters
it.
are.
Well, I don't know about you, but from where I come from, sort of Opinski is a national hero. So
Wasn't his original name Vodka Drunkinski?
yeah, and which we liked, but then they changed it for PC reasons, and there was a small rebellion in my country of origin.
Then you guys kicked out the Tsar.
Mm-hmm.
Joking. Didn't we cover that exact joke like back in the Game Jams crossover with Kenny?
The what crossover?
Remember? Oh, yeah, I forget. Sorry, we don't talk about that show anymore.
Yeah, you might as well bring up that Stahr person that Angie talked about. I don't know what you're talking about. What's this history?
Sorry.
History of CCS.
Sorry, Max. Past life.
Uh-huh.
Past life regressions, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, but anyways, Andrew, because we've been rambling for the past 20 minutes, anything else?
Do you actually want to talk, Andrew?
Oh, no, it's fine. But on the whole pod thing, wouldn't that cause a bit more issues? We already have people that get addicted to gaming and end up hurting themselves / dying because they won't leave the game. If you're going to go full virtual, that would cause an even bigger problem.
As long as they pay their subscription fee on time, I couldn't care less what they do.
Well, the thing is actually they actually joke about this. I think Harlan Ellison wrote a short story in his book Saturday, where the end of the human race is this astronaut accidentally brings this thing that's like this big amorphous blob thing that's basically like having crazy weird sex with the guy. And every time they try to separate the astronaut from this alien monster, he tries to jump back into the monster, right? So it turns out that everyone's like, oh well, must be something to this monster. So everyone basically like gets one of these alien monster thingies, and the human race goes extinct in like 30 years. Because they basically get plugged into this thing of pure unadulterated pleasure and fantasy, I guess, or whatever it is. It's also the kind of similar concept to the Fermi paradox, where they say, oh, how come we don't have any extraterrestrial life making contact with us? One of the possibilities is that some ancient race created like a Dyson sphere around their star, got enough energy to do with whatever they want, and they all live in virtual reality worlds because the virtual reality worlds is way more interesting than the cold reality of the universe.
Well, if that is truly what awaits us, at least the human race will go extinct with a bang.
Yeah.
So what else do I hate?
So what else do I hate? It fits your avatar.
Yep. You know what I wish would come back? A Thief game. I would love to have another Thief game.
Genuine one?
There was, and it was shit.
There was Thief 1, 2, and 3, and there's been no other Thief game since then.
Well, there's been a remake, hasn't? Oh, okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's been no real Thief game.
I know.
Gotcha.
Like they just call it Thief 4 and apologize for the last one. Like that, pretend that one didn't exist. It's kind of like what people thought about the second Deus Ex game. They just pretend it doesn't exist. There's like Deus Ex, then Human Revolution. There was nothing
Invisible
in between.
War. Yeah, I've
Invisible
heard
War.
things about Invisible War.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when you let people select the female protagonist. They tried that, and then they went back to Adam Jansen.
They spend all their time trying to make the female character walk, making a good game.
Yeah, that's kind of what brings Fallout 4 back too.
But going to Deus Ex really quick. They actually released an update to the classic version where it's like a modded out version, and it's free on Steam.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah,
I got the fan remake they've been working on for years.
Well, no, it's just a fan mod collection thing, different textures, better music.
That. Well, I got the GOG version because I wanted to own my games.
Yeah, believe me, I actually do like GOG better. It's just that you can get like a shit ton of games on Steam for like pennies. Especially if you go through a Humble Bundle, you can build a huge collection for like $5.
Yeah. Still, I like to default to GOG when I can.
Yeah,
they do have sales too.
Yep, that's true. I think they have like the I think right this weekend is like Dungeons and Dragons and Star Trek and stuff like that.
Does
Oh, yeah.
GOG have indie stuff?
Yeah.
I don't really recall seeing a bunch of like. I don't think it's like the Greenlight community. Is it?
No.
Yeah, because that's what I'm asking for. Like, is there a chance that?
No, they actually curate their own content.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, so does Steam, but it seems
Well-
like Steam is the only place where you can get something like a hidden gem, like say Coma, Cutting Class, which I finished. A really good game. Surprised that it hasn't received as much coverage as it should, because it doesn't have a lot of jump
Slaughtering
scares.
Grounds.
Hmm?
Or Slaughtering Grounds.
Is that a horror game?
No, it's a shitty game on Steam. We were talking
Sounds
about.
familiar.
It's the developers of the Slaughtering Grounds actually got to try to get Jim Inquisition now kicked off of YouTube or something. Try to get.
Oh
Get him for
yeah,
copyright infringement.
he made a negative review, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna use the DMCA thing against you because it's libel, it's slander."
That's not libel and slander. You're allowed to do criticisms and parodies that falls under fair use.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unfortunately, they gave him more credibility than he actually deserves now.
it only helped Jim.
Inflated his ego.
It's just amazing.
I mean,
People
it's
will do that,
it's still
though.
pretty shitty for them to do that to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
You must say positive things about us, or else.
See, Kyle.
Yeah, endorse the party. Which kind of reminds me of, we were going to talk about this anyway, Laughing Man, but the EA thing with the musician in Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
what, the shitty Battlefront game?
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I hate.
Oh, here we go. All that comes.
I mean, I
back
played
together.
the beta. I played the beta of it, and I was like, it looks nice, but where's the game?
Yeah, well, it's amazing to me that it's DICE, the developers of Battlefield, i.e., the only other game that can actually compete with Call of Duty in the FPS market, and it's Star Wars, which automatically makes money, and somehow they managed to fuck up a first-person shooter Star Wars game. Somehow.
All they really had to do was just make a Star Wars skin of Battlefield.
Exactly.
No, they had to dumb it down even more.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. There's been several Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield games in the past, and each one seems to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So people were really thinking that they were really going to dumb this one down, which apparently they did. And now EA, apparently their marketing strategy, and of course it's EA, a company, by the way, and not to get too far off tangent, a company that was originally started kind of like United Artists with Charlie Chaplin and whatnot. It was supposed to be a publisher for people who were like visionaries with like game ideas, and it became just of its own corporate ass. But what they're doing now
How
is
the mighty have fallen.
exactly what they're doing now though is instead of just like marketing, they find that it's actually cheaper and more effective if they do, I think, what's called it's almost like credibility marketing, where
Like,
they'll
getting
actually
fun to play it.
yeah, well, they get like people who have
Anna
like
Kendrick.
yeah, they get
Something
people
like
who are
that.
like basketball players and celebrities and whatnot to endorse something.
Musicians.
Yeah, if you tweet to your 6 million followers that you really like this game, we'll give you X amount of money.
Which has luckily backfired in the case of that one musician
Oh,
who
well,
refused to sell out.
I guess
Yeah.
there's hope.
I'll look for the article real quick. But basically, one musician got approached by EA to say, if you tweet that you really like this game, we're gonna give you a bunch of money. So what he did is he tweeted a picture of the game disc that he broke,
Yeah.
and
That was
wrote this long tirade about how it's a piece of shit game and how EA actually approached him to say good things about it for money.
And they didn't even give him the courtesy of giving him the PC version. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean,
go back to the console of mudslinging.
Well, it's not fair.
I mean, it's not that it makes any difference anyway. It's still dumbed
It's
down
still the same
shit.
game.
Still a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched Jack and Rich play the game on previously recorded, and I just didn't see anything in there that really came.
but
good.
Laughing
I
Man,
think there's only like,
Star Wars.
but there's like only like 3 worlds, and if you want another 3 worlds, you got paid another $60.
I'm actually looking forward to the movies.
Oh.
But I'm-
Okay, time
I
to
can-
wrap up this chat.
Goodbye, AJ.
I mean, it's like, if the first one sucks, it's like, okay, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm good.
I
It's like,
don't
I
think-
can... I'm prepared. My butt is prepared in case it does suck. I mean, we had the prequels to prepare me for that.
I don't think it's gonna suck, but I think it's gonna be too much like the first 3 movies. I mean, not the prequels, but the actual movies. They're gonna have a Death Star in it. They're gonna have
Probably more like the first 2 movies. They'll probably won't want to bring back the Ewoks.
Oh god, no, not. But I mean, too much of it from what everyone has kind of seen. Trailers, posters, online reviews, that kind of thing. Have been way too signifying that things are going to be kind of like reference. Oh, we're a desert planet, but it's not Tatooine. Oh, here's this, but it's not this.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
This does seem to be their strategy, their go-to strategy, what they're doing. Like, it's going to be just like A New Hope, but this time it's going to be not Luke, it's going to be Luke's daughter. And as far as the evil Sith, it's not going to be Darth Vader, it's going to be the son of Han Solo and Princess Leia. OMG, no one is going to see that coming, despite the fact that's literally what happened in the expanded universe, in the comics and the novels. So,
Yeah.
Isn't Luke Skywalker going to be like Yoda now? An exile who's going to teach the next Jedi?
I suppose, according to Mike and Rich, they're going to go either of 2 ways. Either he becomes like an Obi-Wan figure that teaches the new generation and whatnot, or for the sake of plot twist, they're going to make him evil for no apparent reason.
I mean, it makes sense if he was an Obi-Wan figure. I mean,
passing of it's like poetry. It rhymes again.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's a Jedi Master, so
yeah. To
Jedi
explain,
Masters aren't very interesting.
Yeah, to explain to everyone who's listening, and this segment will probably end up in the YouTube version as well, but because people have been asking us for our opinion on Star Wars and whatnot, the new one, and we've been silent because
we haven't seen the fucking thing yet.
Yeah, this has always been our approach to these kind of things. We're just going to wait and see how it pans out, because apparently I've read somewhere that J.J. Abrams has already made about $50 million on just pre-purchase tickets. Yeah,
oh my god, it's pre-order culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, look, it's not George Lucas, I understand this, there's no Jar Jar, great, but how about you wait a day or two for the first reviews? Otherwise, you're doing literally the same shit people were doing with The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, the waiting part.
Good man.
The Phantom Menace trailer, I was in, must have been like freshman year in high school or something like that, and the teacher in the computer lab just brought it up and started playing it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever. Oh my god, it has Samuel L. Jackson. Oh my god, this is going to be an awesome movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, wah, wah.
And then you saw the movie.
Exactly. That's why I like Red Letter Media, is because so many of their opinions like mirror my own. But
you know, I think it would be better.
Confirmation bias. There you go. That's why I like them. They say things I agree with.
Yes. No,
personally, I think it would be better if it was just Star Wars: A New Hope and there was no more movies. Like
Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, okay, maybe that too, but yeah, just those 2 movies. Up there, and you just had the expanded universe after that.
The thing that I don't understand is that everyone is the reason why they're so excited for Star Wars Episode 7 is because if you listen to them, it's like, oh my god, Star Wars is back. But here's the thing: Star Wars never really went anywhere. It turned into shit with the prequels and whatnot, but there was plenty of cartoons, video games, movies.
Oh yeah, best Star Wars game, the Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Mm-hmm.
Best one ever.
And yet everyone acts like Star Wars is this long forgotten property that hasn't
It's not. It's fucking everywhere.
There was a cartoon before. There was actually a cartoon on Cartoon Network before Disney bought it.
Yeah, Star Wars Rebels, it's still on the air, and before that it was the Clone Wars and whatnot. So
which was okay. I like the Samurai Jack version better.
Yeah, the Clone Wars cartoon with by Gennady.
The shorts.
Yeah, Tartanovsky, whatever his name is. Yeah. So again, it's not.
They even crammed Star Wars into the fucking Lego movie.
I think they're even making a separate Lego movie about Star Wars.
Probably.
Yeah, there have been
more tickets.
Speaking of which, there have been Star Wars the Lego video games, so there you go. Star Wars has
Lego
been here.
Video games of everything, so.
Well, yeah, but my point is, Star Wars has always been here.
Yeah,
so,
it hasn't gone anywhere. It's not some long lost franchise. You see Mark Hamill, everyone knows who the fuck that is.
Star Wars is all around us.
Darth Vader, the image of Darth Vader is one of the most recognizable figures worldwide.
Oh, there was a melted helmet. That means we can market his image again.
Yep. Well, again, and I walk into the fucking store and there's Darth Vader and Yoda cutouts from like the prequel, and I'm like, how long have these assholes had this here? And there's not going to be any Yoda or any Darth Vader in any of these movies because they're both dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are these assholes doing? And again, they have Darth Vader and Yoda on fucking cereal boxes when I go down to the store, and the toys are back out, and it's like, really? Fucking really?
Must remember, Star Wars is back, despite the fact that it never really went anywhere.
It's all around us. It's in you and me.
You know what? Part of me wants the new movie to be horrible. I want it to have like a 9% approval rating just to teach all of these people a lesson.
They won't learn it.
Of course they won't.
Yeah, they
It's like-
still won't learn it.
It's like, have you forgotten the Plinkett reviews? Like in the Phantom Menace review, you see footage of people being excited for the Phantom Menace, like a bunch of nerds. That's the only way I can describe them. It's like, yes, we got the tickets. Yes, we got the seat.
Playing with their plastic lightsabers in the theater, and
all of this is going to happen again and again and again. They're never going to learn.
Until we get to Star Wars 300.
The only thing that was funnier in that Plinkett review was when they showed the video of George Lucas and the editors and everyone else watching the final result, and they're like, "Oh no!"
They're shell shocked. What have we done?
You've gone from like elation to comedy to the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, all within like 30 seconds.
Well, it's stylistically designed that way, but
it's bold. It's bold,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, as Mr. Plunkett says, they were basically just pointing fingers at each other. Who's to blame?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I guess we got to release this movie now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was kind of a mess in A New Hope, too, but they managed to get it right with some editing.
Oh,
And a new voice actor for Darth Vader. I saw original Darth Vader had a much sillier voice. Let's just say that.
Hey kids, where's the plans for the things?
Actually, it sounded more like a Nazi, like a typical Nazi character. Right?
It sounds like Bill Cosby. Oh, going to get the rebel.
Gonna get that jello.
Oh, got to go get the things in the jello.
Gonna choke the jello.
Oh, I'm gonna make you drink this thing with the roofies in it and then fuck you in the ass.
Okay.
All right, so I think we have managed to talk to everyone at this point.
Well, I have
So-
another topic.
Shh. I didn't hear anything.
Anyways, we have been streaming for the past, goddamn it, 2.5 hours, so
Let's keep going.
let us not.
I need to eat, man. It's like 7:30. I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah, I'm starving myself, so I think it's best
You can
we,
multitask.
Oh no, I have to get up and get the food. Food's way over there.
Yeah, Cinemax can keep me busy.
I have to unhook my automatic fleshlight, my Oculus Rift, and go up and actually make food. I don't know if I want to do that.
I have mine right now.
Human extinction, 30 years.
Anyways, before we get into any more trouble with the Google PC police or the YouTube PC police, let us bring this chat to a close. Once again, thank you all folks for attending, and we will see you next month.
Yep, hopefully.